in a significant portion of downtown St. Augustine. They say after input from local residents and some business owners, the City of St. Augustine Commission has decided to permanently restrict vehicle access to parts of its historic downtown. The change allows for a 4-month pilot program during which parts of Spanish Street will be closed to vehicular access. Initially, the street was closed for road improvements, and after repairs were completed, the city kept parts of the road closed to vehicular traffic as a test. Mm-hmm. Prompted by a handful of residents, approximately 10 residents living in the middle of Spanish Street. They say they were thrilled with the possibility of making the change permanent. However, several business owners expressed concerns that that restriction could severely limit vehicular access to their businesses and claimed they were not adequately informed about the pilot program. Business owner Michael Pounds described the situation as a nightmare, stating that their business suffered due to the sudden and prolonged closure of Spanish Street. Troy, I know you know a lot of business owners in that area. You live in that area. I mean, what do you think about this?
They closed, and I want to see how they're going to roll it out because there's so many parking lots on Spanish Street. I mean, and the north part of Spanish Street where they did the improvements, I mean, it's been closed over a year now. Mm-hmm. And I know the residents that are there, and their houses are right up on that street.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
so,
truly.
I mean, it's their porch, which is only 8 foot, and then their house, and that's about it. And it's right on that street. So I mean, I'm sure they're loving it. But
right. Yeah.
I think all of St. Augustine at some point's eventually going to get to this. Either you're allowed to do deliveries or just park or something like that, and because I don't see Hippolyta staying open. I don't see Treasury staying open. I don't see Charlotte staying open.
Really?
For within the next 20 years, I think you're going to see a lot of walking.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be a walkability city.
There have been a lot of talks about this for years, even closing down Cathedral and basically the square in downtown St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and we do it for events and stuff like that. But I would have anticipated like Treasury being one of the ones that they tested first, but I guess Spanish being that they've already closed the north part made it easier to do the test on.
Yeah.
And I like the way that they're doing it as a pilot to see if it's actually, when they're not saying, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
Because isn't that one that's like you can't drive on? Isn't that one of them?
Kuna is split up. So you can drive coming off of Spanish Street. You can drive westbound.
Okay.
And so I mean, there's businesses that that are going to need access. I mean, and it's going to affect the parking lot behind St. George Tavern. It's going to affect the Floridian. It's going to affect the Columbia. I mean, all of their parking's right there.
The new trailer park there too.
Trailer park uses that parking lot. So I mean, there's a lot of businesses that are there, and how they manage getting those people in and out. Because right now, I mean, it's not really a thoroughfare. It's basically you go down that street to park.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they're going to stop that. I mean, and some of these people have a business of parking. Mm-hmm. It's part of their business plan, their family's business plan. So so I don't see how they could hurt them that way. So I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah. I'm interested to see when the decision comes on whether we're going to open this back up or not. How that's impacted business owners and if they come out to talk about it and kind of voice their opinions on it.
But I mean, I think it's coming, and I think it's gonna trickle in like this, like okay,
little by little.
We did Spanish Street, and I'll tell you, I mean, Charlotte Street is kind of like the back door, but the way we're growing in the population and stuff like that, Charlotte Street could be so much better. Spanish Street could be so much better if it was a walking street.
But does that affect your negotiations that you've already made, especially with the new hotel and stuff? Like, is that going to affect you there?
That's been a part of the conversation with different staff and with our group. I mean, our entrance point would be just outside of where that could become a walkability thing.
Okay.
And there is nothing in concrete. I mean, this is conversation that's been going on for over 15 years.
It's fluid.
So, and everyone was upset when they closed when they closed George Street.
Oh yeah.
And
they were upset,
and most people don't even remember it ever being open.
Me neither.
Yeah, I feel like I remember it being open, but I'm not sure if that's just a false memory of being a kid. I feel like I remember it being open, but I want to say it actually closed before I was born.
I think it closed about the time you were born.
Yeah,
because it was closed before I got
Mandela effect.
Yeah. And I got here. I got here in '87, and it was already closed at that point.
And I was 84. I was born in 84.
So it should have closed before your memories.
Right. Well, I've got memories of being one. I've got very early memories.
I don't have those
I've got memories of my mom and dad going to the hospital for my mom to give birth to my brother. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have those memories at all.
Yeah. Like an elephant.
I think my first one was about 3. So.
Yeah, my very first memory of being a child is walking into the kitchen when I was around a year old and saying to my mom, "Mommy, I don't want to wear diapers anymore."
At 1.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And she can verify this.
That's amazing.
Man, I don't have that recall.
Super Pete.
Yeah.
I don't remember much, but yeah, I know I sound like Terrence Howard right now. Did you hear the interview with Terrence Howard where it's like, I remember being in my mom's belly. I remember when my hand was growing and thinking I had a new friend.
Wow.
Well, you will.
I mean, maybe.
About 10 years, yeah.
Maybe. I'm sure there's people with that type of memory. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't remember last night that good. So.
Well, yeah, my short-term memory is shot. It just doesn't exist. But yeah, I can remember some things from when I was very, very young.
I think my first memory was my sister going to kindergarten for the first time, and I would have been 3, so I think that's maybe 2.5, 3. So I remember her being sad, but happy at the same time. Like she cried and laughed all in the same day. So, my sister Pooh.
Oh.
Yeah, her name's Winona.
Okay, but we call her Pooh?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
That's
what I call her. No one else calls her Pooh.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if she answers that to school. I was like,
Oh, no. That wasn't. She actually went by her middle name too. It's Darlene. So.
Oh, that's nice.
You guys in the Blevins family have lots of alternative names.
Yeah.
Lots of alternate names.
It keeps the law enforcement off of you.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. We'll definitely keep up with it. Just like we keep